it's Annie. Today I am going to do an eye tutorial. I'm going to do a really soft everyday look, really easy to do, out the door look. We're going to just do a really pretty everyday look. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my soft glam palette. The first color I'm going to use is orange soda. It's that one right there. And I just look straight into the mirror and I bring my shadow way up there. Another thing too is if you do wear false eyelashes and you have hooded eyes, you don't want to get too long of eyelashes. You don't want them to go all the way up to your brows because it's going to look like you even have smaller eyes instead of making them bigger. You see the difference too between this eye and that eye? Yeah, see how that color is lifting my eye up? Now the other eye, this eye is more hooded, but you still have to apply it the same. Now I want to go in, and even though I'm kind of blending it with that brush, I still want to go in and blend it. I'm going to go in and I am going to use my Sigma brush, and this is the first brush that I was using is my Sephora brush. That was my Sephora number 19. Some of the numbers are starting to get worn out. This is my Sigma number E45. It's actually a blending brush. I don't like to use it as a blending brush because it's just too pointy and I like a nice fluffy brush to blend. I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the color Rusk right there. Is it Rustic? Rustic, I think. When I'm not wearing my glasses, I'm going to take this. And the nice thing about this brush, see how it just really gets in that corner there, and it's almost like using a paintbrush. It gets right in there. So you want to create a line going up in this way. Just want it on the corner there. That's going to help lift your eye up. And that's what we need to do. So again, I'm going to close my eye here. You don't want to go too far outside here. You don't want to go this way. You want to keep it right on an angle here and go up. This is where you could stretch your eye a little bit, because if your skin is sagging, you gotta be able to get the color. Now I'm going to bring it in slightly here too. And as I'm bringing it in, I am going to blend it a little bit with this brush. And you see how far back I'm holding this brush too? Really important. When you're watching somebody that's under 50 do their eyes, you have to remember their eyes are different than ours. Even if they're hooded, they're still different. Their skin is just different than ours. Skin on somebody that's, in their 40s and 30s, 20s is different than ours. This is actually another blending brush. I am going to take Glisten, which is this color right there, and I'm just going to tap my brush into it. And I'm just going to put it right on my lid, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit to close to where my brow bone is, or you will not see it. I don't bring it all the way over. Do you see where I kind of slightly, and I'll tap it in? So I don't like to use matte shadows in this part of my eye. It's just too flat for me. I just feel like this really brightens up my eye. So again, I don't bring it all the way. I just kind of tap it a little bit to blend it, but I don't bring it all the way to the end. You can use a pencil underneath your eyes. I just prefer not to do that because I really like a softer look. It's just too harsh for me. So I take you can use this one. This is from Real Techniques. If this isn't available, you can use something like this. This is from IT Cosmetics. And there's another one that I have. I don't know if it's in front of me, from IT Cosmetics. Yes. This is another one that's kind of flat. You can kind of see. So this is a nice brush too. Maybe I'll use this one today. I'll use that one. Just take that same color that you used on the end here, and I just tap it in there like that. Then I just go right on my lash line. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure on here. I'm like lightly, hardly even touching it. And I follow my lash line. Once I have the color applied on my lower lash line, then I will just really lightly blend it in. I don't want to bring it down. I don't want to create a big shadow. I just want to soften it so it just doesn't look like a line. So again, I'm going to try to connect it a little bit there. That just opens up my eyes a little bit more. If you feel like you have bags under your eyes, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even line my under eyes because you're just going to draw attention down there. I would just leave it and just focus on the makeup up here and over there to help lift your eye up. Now, something that I've already done here, and I don't know if you can tell that it looks a little bit brighter there and lifted, is because I used a color there. I used a shadow there. If you want to lift your eye up a little bit more, there's two things you can do. You can use a concealer like this one from Anastasia. You can just put a little bit right there. Just right there at the highest point. Then you can take a brush like this. This is like a little angled brush here. And take it and then just lightly blend it in. Another thing that you can do is you can take a light shadow. So I'm going to take Tempera, I think is what it's called. Same palette. This is the Soft Glam. You can use this brush. You just want to use a really tiny brush. That's why I'm using this. So just use a really tiny brush. You don't want to use a brush like this. You want to use something really tiny because you just want to get a little area. So I'm going to take that color. I'm going to put it right here, just at that highest point there. See how that just lifted my eye up a little bit more? Just by putting that little bit of a color. You can even use a highlighter. This one here from ColourPop. This is Lunch Money. This is a nice one. You could even use something like that in there. Hopefully I'm not going to look crazy if I do this, but you know, you can just put a little bit like right there. A little bit right there. It's just that by putting a little bit of a lighter color right there, it just lifts your eyes. It creates like, it kind of makes, it gives the appearance that your eyes are lifted a little bit more than they actually are. I am going to finish doing my makeup. I'm going to do my mascara, my lipstick, and I will be right back. I am filming other videos, so I hope this is what I was wearing at the beginning of this video, because I switched shirts just so you don't see like 10 videos of me wearing the same shirt. That is it, guys. That is how I apply my everyday eyeshadow. I pretty much do the same sort of look. It just, I don't know, I just feel like it's just my look, I guess. You know what I mean? I think we all have our looks. I might play around with some purpley tones sometime, we'll see. But I just always seem to gravitate towards the earthy tones. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please make sure that you share my video. It helps my channel grow and I deeply appreciate it. Also, make sure you click that button below, hit the subscribe button, and also the notification bell too. Anytime I share a new video, you will be notified. Always make sure you leave me a comment. I love interacting with you. If you want to share tips below, if you want to share whatever, just leave me a comment below. Follow me on Instagram too. It's just another way for us to keep in touch with each other. And that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my videos, help me support my channel. It means so much to me. I will see you all real soon. Bye.